Just a credit to Michigan. I think I've known their coach Kim since I was at Florida State and she was at St. John's. And one thing that has stayed constant her entire career is how tough they are. Whether she was coaching in New York or she's coaching in Michigan, her kids defend and they play with great toughness. And I thought they out-toughed us tonight. And we may have more talent pieces and may have won the game, but they won the toughness togetherness battle. And I told our team that, we didn't win enough teamwork plays. Transition D, 50-50s, rebounding, executing the scouting report, bench energy. It wasn't one of our better games. And so we have an immense amount of talent, but we have to decide whether we want to win individual games or we want to become a championship team. And that's a decision we have to make right away.
That one aspect that was elite today was ball movement. How did that help you, particularly in the fourth quarter? I think you made 11 of 15 shots in the fourth quarter, and 29 assists overall.
Well, I think we forced them to go to the zone because, and a lot of that credit goes to Lauren. Every time we got Lauren a touch, she didn't necessarily score every time in the first half, but we created a rotation, and then we got an assist or an easy bucket off of her handling of double teams. And then obviously, I thought London was excellent in terms of her ability to stretch the zone, and we finally got her some good teamwork shots with that, and I thought she was a huge response for us in those, I think, back-to-back threes in that period of time, but both of those were assisted. And I think that's your point, Ben, right? Is that when we play teamwork basketball, when London's a better player because Lauren's on our team, and making good plays, teamwork plays, we are a good team. And when we start to try to do stuff on our own and think about ourselves, we're not a good team. We're just a talented bunch of individuals. We're not a good team. And we got to decide, is it more important to be a good team or a bunch of talented individuals?
Coach, you had, I believe, 29 assists to 34 made shots. Also, 50. I'm sure you would like that number, 15 turnovers, lower, but you pretty much doubled up on assists. What can you say about the teamwork in that aspect? Yeah,
I actually thought, we didn't, until the very end, even some of those turnovers all came in the last 2 minutes, right? And so, I think 4 of them were offensive fouls. So I thought we did a much better job this game with our turnovers than we did the previous game. And so, in that way, I have to celebrate that piece of growth. And of course, we were shooting such a high percentage because we were assisting well. And just told the team, look, what did this game teach you and what did it reveal about you? And do you like what it said? And that's where we got to go.
So Michigan tied the game twice in the first quarter, and you kind of touched on it, but do you remember what the message was to the team? You called a timeout after the first time that they tied the game. Do you kind of remember what the message was to the team at that time?
It was defense and toughness. It's bottom line. I mean, offense is fine. They're able to set their zone, for instance, in the second half when we didn't play good enough defense. We went on runs and got scores in transition when we played good defense. We always say in our program, success leaves clues. So you want to continue to grow and experience success, pay attention to the clues. And we weren't good enough. And it was the whole messaging was about toughness and defense.
Lauren, from your perspective, what did this game say about you and just the team overall?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like what Coach Corey said, I think we just got to be tougher. I think that we just have to regroup tomorrow and just kind of go over the film and figure out what went, wrong during the game. But I think, just continue to play together. I mean, we're just so talented, but, we always talk about how our character is our ceiling, and I think that we just need that reminder a little bit today that, we're, like Coach Corey said, a bunch of talented people, but I think once we start actually playing together, it'll go back to how it was before, but I think we just needed a little reminder today. So,
We got reminded. It'll be a question of, do we respond?
For either Lauren or London, they made a huge run to cut the lead in the third quarter, and then you guys responded. What enabled you guys to respond at that point and close out the game?
I think well enough to know where we're doing things wrong. And I think it comes when leadership comes in and like leadership's like, hey, like this is what we need to look for, this is what we need to fix. And I think it's really important on making the adjustment, but I think that's what you saw was the adjustment. We still have work to do, obviously. We didn't really like how things ended, but like Lauren kind of said, just focusing on the next day, tomorrow, and fixing the things that we need to fix.
And then for Corey, this is just a very tough conference.
Oh, very
18
much.
teams, at least 15 are super contenders. Aside from the individuals part, what are you looking to do in the next, for your next matchups? What have you guys taken from today?
Well, I'm really excited that we have such a tough opponent in a very hostile environment this very next game, because I think it's going to force us to be like, you want to keep doing that? You want to keep winning? You better buck up, because you go in Bloomington with that level of urgency and concentration, we're going to get beat. And so I think it's credit to our conference. I love it. But here's the other challenge that's so interesting to me that I don't know if they've really internalized yet. You only get one shot against everyone except for USC. So you better come in taking advantage of your one shot. And we're learning all these teams for the first time. If that doesn't bring a sense of urgency to you, like, man, we got work to do. We're the new kids on the block. We got the biggest target on our back. And we only get one shot. Like, we need to come in not just doing the scout and checking the box, but dominating the scout. As you can tell, I'm fired up about this because I do not want this team to settle because of a lack of character. And this conference is going to reveal. And I just hope our players do the work so that they like what it shows.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you guys being here. Thank you, everyone.